Alright, so I'm watching this Ken Wheeler video about where he says the phrase, nature's free energy matrix. So, I'm just sitting here looking at the numbers, looking at the things. I found something to do with the tree of life and the flower of life. You know? Seeds which create seeds of their kind and plants of their kind, a la Genesis 1 of the Bible, where it defines the reckoner and the nature's free energy matrix. Well, I'm going to focus on one little spot here and another little spot, and I'm pretty sure I haven't seen this before. So there's nature's free energy 9x9 matrix. Okay. Hopefully I do this right. Tree of life usually first. Little boat. Yeah, it's two. Wait. Oh, and I normally draw it the other way. Hold on a second. This is what got me. Oopsie doodle. There we go. Don't normally... Yeah, let's just pretend I didn't do that part. Thank God I used pencil and pen in the ways that I did. Oopsie doodle. Yeah. Let's stop here at number 47. It's a potted plant. Stem. It's the roots. It creates the seeds of its kind. The seeds of its kind. Okay, well, if it's of its kind, let's, oh, sorry. It's true, that doesn't really get drawn in. Seeds of its kind. Sorry, from here, we have to skip this one, go down one, miss those guys. Okay. And then you're gonna have your... How does this work again? That's what I thought. Alright, just want to make sure. It's important to have your dirt. And... yeah, it is there. I am right. I's and V's are usually important. What's after V, guys? In Roman numerals, how about the X? And then we have this little dude. The Holy Ghost. Ooh, the Holy Ghost. So this is your analog tree of life that creates seeds of its kind to produce digital daisies of its kind, analog to digital. Okay. So now, what matters now is you know what I'm going to go for here. Come on, guys. It's 1 of 7 of 13 of 110 of 2143. So this is the Earth, the representation of the Earth, which would be right here. Just make sure I'm right. Yes. These guys right here. Really? That's the Earth. Envision these 1 by 5 as everything above it. Instead of like that, it's like that. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things represented. Or 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 by 5. You know the numbers that are right here and here? 5 and 7. Right there. Right there. Just fold it down. Look like that. And it's a 1 of 7 of 13 of 110 of 2143. And I think this is very important because that is a conclusion from Genesis 1 is kind of what the Earth is after you do some math. Now what's interesting, I like to know about the seam. Tired of that pen. So the seam is important. That's the node of time. Okay, or I call it the 4th dimension of time. And now you got your singularity, your 1-dimensional line, your 2-dimensional plane, your 3-dimensional volume. You got an aspect of time, 5th dimension of love, 6th dimension of ego, 7th dimension of nothing, 8th dimension of the infinite, as described kind of in the book I said earlier, the page 1. So, I don't know. Find it interesting. Right here is a 0. We're going to call that a 1. Right here is a 0. We're going to call that a 1. Right here is a 7. Right here is an X. X marks the spot, people. Now, how is that a 13? Well, an X is the 24th letter, which could be represented as a circled 1 and a circled 3. Fitting, because beside it here is a 13 and 13. Let's just say it's a 1 of 1 of 7 of 13. Now, this is one way of representing an X. The other way of representing an X is that it's a Roman numeral for the number 10. Right? Now, we already assumed that a 0 is equal to a 1. Well, remember, you're making like a dot, a line, a V, an X. Now you have to make an L. Okay, and an L is usually, 1 by 3, kind of like that, because you're going to have a 1, 2, 3 with a 1 sticking off of it. Now it looks a lot like an L. So, 1 of 1 of 7 of 13 from a certain point of view when we used a certain point of view for here. Now we're going to use a different point of view and say that that is a circled 1, which is a 2. Let's just say equivalent. So if that's a 2, that's a 4, and that's 4 plus 7 is 11. 11 times 10 is 110. Also, the number here is 235, which is an example, if you sum it together, of 10. The one underneath it is 712. 7 plus 1 plus 2 is 10. And the one under... Did I draw this? No, I need a 76. Sorry. There's a 76 here, people, which is also a 13, which I find funny. And then you got your 235, which sums to 10. And then you got your 712, which sums to 10. And then 2143 sums to 10. If you think about it, 2 plus 1 plus 4 plus 3 is 10. It's also like a 2, 1 of 7. So I find it interesting. You got your 1 of 1 of 7. F13. Of 110, some wiki diggity doo day way. And your 2143 is at the bottom here. When you pass all this. So if you go from here to here to here to here, it completes a cycle in my mind. So then it got me thinking, well, if reading this way is like a 1 of 1 of 7 to 13, 110, 2143, 2143, 110. Well, 10 3 ways. How about 10 times 10 times 10 plus 10? What's the order of operations? Just by seeing 10 3 different ways. Okay, how about this? Okay, how about let's okay, we know we got to this end, we did something, because that's from long ago. That's like Genesis 1 of the Bible in math. And this is this weird new math. Let's go from here to here now. Let's go find and see what we're going to find. So this value right here is a 6, and this one is a 5. Well, let's say if we looked at every one as a 1, before. Let's look at these as like 1 by 2. Well, 5 and 6 would be, an 11, which looks like a 1 of 1 of. Okay, this guy right here is a V, like this dot's value is V, okay, and this value right here is a 1. Well, if you have a V as a 5, and a 5 and a 5 could be a circled 5, and that circle could be anticipated, or represented as a 1, so 5 and 1 is 6, 6 and 1 is 7, you have a 1 of 1 of, so this is a line, this is a V, now you need an X. An X, you need at least 5 things to make an X. So let's just take the next 5 things. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look at that, it works. What are these sums? It's 1, a 1, it's Fibonacci, a 2, a 3, and a 5. So we got our 1 of 1 of 7. This is 13, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe 13. Where's our 110? What's 13 times 8? So if this is an 8, which it is, this times this is 1 of 4, and we need a 6. I just drew the bubble wrong. Now we go to like a 1 by 3 here. There's our 110. Oh wait, there's our 110 to make an L, because after an X we make an L. The 1 by 3 pattern. Or 1 by 3 pattern. And there's your 2143 again. See how we're kind of creating a feedback loop here, people? In nature's free energy matrix. It's pattern recognition, people. Pattern recognition, people. It's pattern recognition. I wonder if it still works. What happens if you contain the dielectric field by rotating a lot of magnets on the faces and vertices to create a balanced system, to create a dielectric white hole in the middle? Okay, if you contain it, maybe you can create or find power.